last bit, by the way. So, ready to be a hero? Then think again. You're a reject. Fight like it.
There is throw you in at the deep end, so enjoy. The heretics control the bulk of the transit mover network running from Chasm Station, moving supplies, personnel, the works. You're gonna redirect a train carrying an arch heretic and ambush him on the platform. Got it? Then let's find out what you're made of.
That could have gone tidier, but she got the job done. Putting the traitor lieutenant down in the dust has thrown the occupation of Chasm Station into disarray. Breaks my heart. Vanguard elements of the Mobian 21st are moving in even as we speak. As for you, seeing as you're still breathing, Explicator Zola wants a word.
An operative lives or dies by their weaponry, but the supply situation's dire, so we use whatever we can get our hands on. I've cleared you for access to the Armory Exchange. From there, you can requisition reconditioned weaponry recovered from the field. Be sure that you're always carrying the best that's available. Looking for a specific weapon type? Put in a request with Quartermaster Brunt, or one of his servitors. What you get won't be top of the line, but it should cater to your tastes.
Assignment Reclamation Zone 15A.
Soldiers of the Blessed Emperor, I am Hestia Prime, a daughter of Messalina and representative of the Holy Inquisition. It is my solemn duty to stand in witness to your deeds and to record the penances you undertake. History shall remember the martyrs who fell in Atoma's defense. May Saint Messalina walk ever beside you in the Emperor's light. Though it take a lifetime of blood and strife, Atoma shall be free. Let me guide you.
About a sustainable water supply. So guess what the heretics have gone after? The trouble's confined to a single silo, for now. The heretics are pumping their poison in from there. Get down there and deal with the demon, by any means necessary. You know how this works.
It's starting to look like there's more to all this than some renegade guardsman wielding a grudge. Not sure what those things were, but you can be sure it's going to be trouble. Still, clean water's flowing again, and you've given the heretics one in the eye into the bargain. We'll get the silo secured. Hopefully that's an end of the matter. I've cut you the necessary clearance for the commissary. You've earned it.
So let's exploit that. Security's no joke, but some of the ex-cartel, now Mobian lucky gun hands, will have today's cipher idents. Soon as you're inside, feed the data package into the array. They'll never know what you've done until it's too late.
Would you look at that? Another successful mission. I guess Zola might have been right about you after all. The Walter cartel certainly seen better days. No tears from me. Nasty fighters from what I've heard, so it's just as well we're not taking them on at the same time. Still, they can rest easy knowing they've helped us feed the heretics a bunch of bad intel. Should make things easier for us in the coming days. I can't argue with that.
Rannick's identified a target that wants eliminating. The target's turned an enforcer station into a private bolt hole. Ironic.
seems that for once, dear Augustine did not exaggerate. There's one arch-heretic fewer among the living. May the celebrations begin, etc., etc. I understand that the surviving water cartel have taken the opportunity to remonstrate with the heretics. I do so like a brawl with no winners. But don't even think that you'll be resting on your laurels. You're still scum, but you're useful scum. In fact, I think it's time you introduced yourself to Hadron. I'm sure she's going to simply adore you.
The weapons you bear are not mere tools of war. Serving as their custodian offers fulfillment you do not deserve. Steep yourself in the precepts and rituals of Holy Mars. Open yourself to the Omnissiah, and perhaps, Varlet, your diligence will be rewarded. With a glimpse of what these relics once were and might be again. Let us explore the mysteries of the machine god together. After all, we have a little time before your execution.
Tonight, you're indulging a bit of anti-hydroponics. Killing the phage tree and that block larynx. That means getting up-to-the-minute data on the current iteration of the blight to facilitate the creation of what Magos Kareem calls a blessed unguent of shriving. You don't ask me, that's what I was told. You've got the easy job. I've got to play nice with some of Tertium's nobility. Rannick's idea, bastard.
That one got a bit hairy by the end, didn't it? Still, he went in, did the job, and got out alive. Not everyone does. Chances are you won't next time. That phage tree's a nasty business, but you've given us the keys to a permanent solution. At least, so Karif says. Not that I understand every second word he uses. Either way, you've put Wolfer's nose out of joint, and that makes this a good day, whatever comes next.
Varlets, the heretics have waylaid a cargo train at Manufactorum HL 1736. This train holds a special consignment pertaining to matters you would not understand, and that I do not care to explain. Your task is to secure the train and forget that you ever undertook this mission. If you do not do so voluntarily, I'm sure that Stephanie will oblige.
That careful use of compliments is an aid to morale. With that in mind, I am pleased to impart the knowledge that your performance was not as woeful as I might have otherwise expected. Am I doing it right? It is so hard to tell. No matter. Interrogator Rannick wishes to have one of his interminable conversations. Be gone. Should you seek additional training before your next deployment, Stephanie has begun a new initiative in the meat grinder. Compromised flight path visibility. All military activities are suspended till sunup.
Morning Star. This is working. Curse this antiquated box. I have vital information for techno-archaeologist Hadron Omega 77.
I know of a facility hidden in one of Tertium's interzone voids. It holds the lost secrets of forging true Mobian steel.
How have I discovered this, you ask? A gentleman never boasts. But hurry. I fear the dastardly Mobian Siths are getting closer all the time.
Control of a complex transmission station in the Hourglass. Its heretical broadcasts are undermining morale in that region, and even causing some to question their faith. Terminate the signal and gather intel on the point of origin. We need to know where it's coming from.
citizens are to resist. All citizens are to obey.
And so the heretic vox cast falls silent, and the blessed word is restored. Still, you achieved your usual glorious body count. Seriously, I'm almost very slightly impressed. But if we ever doubted the presence of some kind of cult on Tertium, we can consider those doubts laid to rest. This bears careful consideration indeed. Given your performance, I've cleared you for access to Sir Melk's Requisitorium. Do make yourselves useful to him.
Recon teams, Wormwood agents, and loyal citizens risk their lives delivering vital intelligence. It's dangerous work, but the Imperium is built on the blood of martyrs. Sire Darius Melk is responsible for collating and analyzing these reports, identifying priority targets, supply lines, and transitory weaknesses in the traitor war machine. The benefit of the tasks he asks you to undertake may not immediately be clear, but like Mobian's steel, triumph is forged of many elements. Strength, certainly. Courage, of course. Faith, above all. But to have any hope of victory, we must also be clever.
Be praised. Tertiary assets have located a foundryplex in the interzone void. With access to such facilities, we can produce the Mobian steel of old, rather than the substandard modern formulation. Initiate contact with our informant, follow his instructions, and wake the foundryplex. Understood?
You continue to almost completely fail to disappoint. Well done. The secret to Mobian steel is at last within our grasp, though I do not expect you to comprehend its wonder. But you might have arranged to leave this swagger down there. The Morning Star is no place for this individual, no matter what loyalties he claims. I am certain that I am not alone in this opinion, which I suppose makes for a pleasing change.
Well, that got the cultists so good as stirred up, didn't it? I reckon they thought they were safe up in the hourglass. Glad to prove them wrong. I doubt this will keep the Blight production halted forever, but given how things are right now, I'll take all the victories I can get. I hear Hedron has a little something she'd like you to take care of. Just be careful. She's a bit... well, you'll find out. Just keep your mouth shut and nod when she speaks. Trust me.
People of Tertium, hear me. We are the Mobian Six, returned and redeemed. Their chains no longer bind us. Their bastions can no longer hold us. Once we were lost, like you, blinded by faith and acceptance. Only when our eyes were opened did we truly see the lies for what they were. We are your sons. We are your daughters. We have come home. It is our solemn pledge to bring about a new and glorious age of freedom and prosperity. Join us and cast off the falsehoods of the Empire. Enough of that heretic filth. Right, listen up. We got a well-trained traitor army on our hands, and this Wolfer fella seems to be at the head of it. The Inquisitor's Wormwood agents have tracked their latest propaganda broadcast, giving us the location of their staging area. Two of Wolfer's lieutenants, the Karnak twins, are leading operations in Abzone HL 7004.
The carnival was never a nice area, but now the heretics are dug in like rats. Word is that some kind of stim is spreading through the streets, making those nasty buggers even nastier. See if you can turn the tide and get us a win on the board, eh? Right. You got your orders. Get out there and bring those heretics to their knees.
Known as the carnival in the local lingo. If you can't buy something there, it ain't for sale. Mobians have the place on lockdown. Anyone still alive down there is either a heretic or damned by association. The local amphitheatre's a crossroads for all the district's illegal trade, including the Mobians' illicit stims. They could be connected to the Blight, so we want a sample for study.
Another bad day for Wolfer, another good day for us. He can't be happy that we've shut down his stim pipeline. He's been pulling in the big guns. You've met him already. Rodin and Rinda Karnak. Nasty pieces of work and no mistake. Crossed paths with them briefly a while back. They were mean then, and Throne knows they'll only be worse now. Still, with the stim safely undercarved by the Mobian 21st, that's another weight off my mind.
On the source of the blighted stims, and wouldn't you know, it's an obscura den down in the carnival. Make no mistake, this is the heart of enemy territory. Every man's hand, tentacle, or unidentifiable appendage will be against you. We can't cut the stim supply, but we can learn from their operation. So get in, have a poke around, and grab me some juicy intel.
You know, if this streak of success continues, I may have to start learning some of your names. Thankfully, that day remains far in the future. It seems that Wolfer and the Karnak twins are the heart of the Mobian invasion. Thought will be given to removing them. We shall have to proceed with the utmost care, however. Wolfer may look and talk like a brute, but I've learned the hard way that it's better not to judge by appearances. We'll speak again, I'm sure. Or at least I'll talk and you'll listen. The Emperor protects.
Wormwood agents have confirmed the location of the Karnak twins, two of Wolfer's key war leaders. The twins have made something of a name for themselves since returning to Atoma, and they have a body count to match. If anyone knows where Wolfer's hiding, it's them. Take them down, but leave one breathing. I want a prisoner capable of talking. We can't risk Wolfer knowing we're coming, so this mission is strictly off the books. Get in, get one of the twins to volunteer, and do the Emperor proud.
We could make this last.
You never changed, sister. Still playing with your food.
There's no flavor without sport.
That one got a bit hairy by the end, didn't it? Still, he went in, did the job, and got out alive. Not every...
I suppose all's well that ends in something other than complete and utter failure. The fall of the Karnaks has only intensified the cultists' fervor. I wonder why. Understand that while I am pleased at how you acquitted yourselves, Augustine will be stepping back from operations while she renews her perspective. We may be an unusual little band, but there must be discipline even here. Hopefully I won't have call to remind you of that. The Emperor protects.
The Mobian 6th Infantry Regiment were ordered to Nox Alpha, a death world in the outer Mobian fringe, to quell an unknown uprising plaguing the planet. 50,000 of the Emperor's finest men and women. We had no idea what we were up against.
Captain, are these dogs ready to die?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's worse. the enemy or that carking commissar?
I guess we'll find out soon enough. Now quiet down.
Defeat was inevitable. We prepared to sell our lives for the Imperium. But as despair festered, a stranger walked among us.
Heretics! By the throne, you will all pay for this!
We were taught what it meant to be strong, to be blessed. And thus we became the true defenders of humanity. How will your false emperor protect you now?
Another acceptable outcome. I'm starting to think I'm being set up as some kind of terrible joke. However, with the Aegis station back in the Mobian 21st hands, we can look at expanding our efforts in Throneside. I trust that my protege was both commanding and discreet. I jest, of course. I see everything. Never forget that. It's good to have reliable underlings, I find. Do bear that in mind. I have high hopes for Hestia, and for you, the Emperor protects.
But let's make some trouble, shall we? The Mobian Sixth, scruffy-looking ruffians they are paying off their sympathizers. Grendel's spies say it's a haul of prismata crystals, and I want them. Hot foot it to the meeting point, acquire the crystals, and we'll be best mates. You want that?
I confess that I'm somewhat conflicted. I know that Morrow gave you one of his little warnings about loyalty, betrayal, and woeful inevitable consequences, but still you decided to swan around like a pirate at this Hallowed woman's request. Melk I'll deal with later, but make no mistake, you work for me. Not the Commodore, not the ship mistress, not Hadron, not Swagger, not even Morrow. Me. I do hope our working relationship isn't going to end with me manfully refusing to shed a tear over your executed corpse. The Emperor protects.
It's not working alone in this little disaster. They've got help on the inside. Fortunately, the shifting battlefronts have opened up access to Archivum cigarettes. Once you're in the deep archives, your servo skull will help you dig up the dirt. She's a handy lass.
I don't know any more than you do about this supposed traitor, but you've made war for an unhappy man all over again, and that's good enough for me. You're starting to make yourself a bit of a reputation. Rennick almost did that thing that looks a bit like a smile. Only for a bit, mind, and he went straight back to staring at his data slate. He's been doing that a lot lately. Could be something, could be nothing. But I'd keep your head down if I were you. You'll thank me later.
We've got an encrypted report needs transmitting to a listening station up in the Big Black. It can't be sent from the Morning Star, so we need an alternate method. A ground-side complex dish. Said dish is on top of Archive Psyker deep in contested territory, so at least you'll not be bored.
The signal's away and our report with it. I don't know who it's for. Rannick's playing things even closer than normal right now. I reckon he's taking Zola's moment of initiative harder than he pretends. He's not one to trust easily, so even small betrayals cut deep. That's what comes from overthinking things. Still, at least Zola's still breathing. Doesn't always end that way with Rannick. But the war goes on and we're playing our part. That's what soldiers do. So hold your heads high until I call for you again, yeah?
Men might call commendable work in following the trail of the blighted stims. The next step awaits. You're returning to the carnival, to the district surrounding the Cathedral of Messalina Vengeance, though whatever holiness once touched this area has long departed. I've analyzed the data, and it would appear that the Cathedral is in fact the next link in this squalid little chain. Proceed there at best speed, taking care not to die before strictly necessary.
No more hiding in the shadows. The three shall meet.
Were I a man to deliver thanks or hearty congratulations, I'd offer both. Once again, you had to fend for yourselves on a mission gone awry, and performed with gusto. Not only did you put an end to the ritual, but we also have a name to put to our pains. Admonition. Their motives and goals may remain opaque for the moment, but names hold power. For the record, I'm still not going to trouble myself to learn yours. However, you may consider me gravely impressed. You can be sure I'll find work for you again soon.
Cargo train RTX 590 is inbound to Barbican Gate Terminus. It's a tox gas bomb running on rails. That'd be bad enough at the best of times, but the Mobian 53rd are using the station as a deployment hub. I know Commissar Duquesne ain't exactly flavour of the month, but this is our opportunity to earn her good graces. Stop that train!
The 53rd thanks you.
A less than auspicious start to the Tertian campaign. But the 53rd remains unbowed. Its martyrs cry out for vengeance. Too long have these heretics been permitted to thrive. Emboldened by the squabbling of nobles and the unfocused efforts of Grendel's warband, they think themselves a foe beyond reproach. They are wrong. It is the Emperor's will that the Toma be scoured of heresy. The Mobian 53rd will see it done. The Emperor protects, the Guard prevails.
Interrogator Rannick wishes otherwise. Excise Vault Spireside 13 remains one of the Admonition cult's key transfer stations. Reports from the 53rd's reconnaissance spearheads indicate that a new iteration of the Blight is now awaiting dissemination. It is paramount to the war effort that you retrieve all viable samples without delay. God Emperor walk with you.
Our foray into Admonition's territory has yielded unexpected results. Not only have we stripped them of a virulent new strain of contagion, we have also located one of their staging areas. Located in the ruins of Consora's Folly, this fortification is a ripe target. Destroy it, and we will strike a weighty blow against our enemies. Greater than any that Interrogator Rannick's leadership has conjured thus far. It would seem that Knight Commander Dragor will get his honest battle. Let us hope that it yields resounding victory alongside. The Emperor protects, the Guard prevails.
Cult have seized a bastion out on the edge of the Forbidden Wastes, and are using it as a base from which to spread deeper into the Hive. The bastion's capture is to be your responsibility. The Mobian 53rd will offer support by launching a diversionary attack at Site Zenith. The fortifications may prove challenging, so Knight Commander Dracor has volunteered to provide additional firepower, should it be warranted.
The Battle of Consora's Folly has concluded in our favor, if not to the Knight Commander's complete satisfaction. As a true servant of the throne, he hungers even now for fresh battles. With the heretic stronghold in our hands, the task now is to decrypt the intel gathered from within its walls. This will take some time, but already it is clear that admonition has a presence in Tertium's fringes, and perhaps even in the desolation beyond. Be assured that the 53rd will batter this cult to ruin wherever it hides. As for your role in this, I am not displeased. Rest lightly. I shall call on you again. The Emperor protects, the Guard prevails.